About computer specification.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is SYADATUL binti SHAHRULAZAHar. My metric number is 2020490344. Okay, today I would like to talk about a presentation, which my part is introduction. In this introduction, we know Nawal is a new student of University Technology Mara, then plans to buy a full-set computer for her studies. Her rationale is to complete all her assignment by the computer. Okay, she needs computer to be handle high resolution graphic for gaming and also good sound system. Nawal also need a big RAM to open any software easily. Okay, next, Nawal needs large capacity which can save all her files. So she should provide a good SSD or HDD. She also needs a good system for her computer. I will suggest she should have a good speaker and this burner. And the last one is the price also quite suitable with all the component and the availability.
First is motherboard Gigabyte TRX 40 Aorus Master. The Gigabyte TRX 40 Aorus Master design concept is inspired by the Falcon bird wing. This motherboard utilizes STRX4 attachment. The STRX4 attachment uphold 4 memory channels with 2 DIMMs per channel, as well as 64 PCI Express 4.0 parts. The STRX4 attachment is intended for workstation that can deal with weighty job and convey in light execution for tasks that additionally appropriate for Nawal. The motherboard is furnished with better cooling and can oblige up than 3 M.2 SSD and 8 SATA 3 capacity gadget, which can be designed in RAID 0, 1 or 10 arrangement. The establishment of a few realistic cards were on the presentation of the PC for escalated position like CAD, 3D delivering, video altering and so on. This motherboard upholds two-way Crossfire X AMD design and RTX 3080 family NVIDIA GeForce, which is one of realistic card we propose. The cost is retailed at 2,075.30 RM Malaysia. Reaction to worries we need or a PC Nawal. They actually require a PC which can uphold immense design for gaming and hard stop peeling capacity to save her record. This Gigabyte TRX 40 Aorus Master motherboard is especially reasonable for her necessities despite the fact that it very well might be expensive. However, the outcome and the presentation of this motherboard is staggering and swift for the requirement of Nawal. Second is computer case, H70i IPX case with lighting and fan control. The H710i computer case is an excellent case designed for the smaller shapes. Factor includes 2 RGB strip, Easy RGB and NZXT cam fan control. It is easy to install and flexible. The H710i is easy to use for Nawal. The design is exceptionally moderate yet give a cutting edge, shift focus over to it. It accompanies 3 tones which are mid white, mid dark, and in conclusion, mid dark and red. The H710i aspect of level is around 560 mm or 20.3 inch. Its width is 230 mm. Profundity is around 494 mm, and the case weight is at 12.3 kg. The case is worked with full treated glass board. and it permits up to 240 mm radiator to help the motherboard of ATH, micro ATH, mini ITH, and eATH. So now I can choose part without settling for less. The USB 3.1 Gen 2 viable USB-C connector on the front board work with association with telephone, fast outer, stop peeling, and the most recent extra that make it simpler than at any other time for Nawal. The cost is around 389.44 ringgit Malaysia for this PC case. For Nawal, the cost is very reasonable as it carries many advantages to her requirement. There are various specs and advantages about this PC case that will suit Nawal requirement, making it the most fitting PC case for Nawal to use for her assignment. Third is hardware. The first one is processor. CPU Ryzen 5950X. The processor that we choose for Nawal PC is the AMD Ryzen 5950X. First, a CPU is an electric gadget equipment part that performs direction on PC or other electronic gadget. As per our review, AMD Ryzen has totally changed a local area assumption, especially for work area processor and Intel. This Ryzen 5950X is appropriate on the ground that it fit and meet the trait of the motherboard we propose. The AMD Ryzen 5950X make up the best game processor for health rates with up to 4.9 GHz and 72 MB of storage. It additionally takes care of multi-threaded exercise, for example, 3D delivering, video delivering, and programming arrangement by taking utilization of the 60 sensors, 32 string, and PCLE 4.0 abilities given by this processor. This processor cost is retailed at 3,348 ringgit Malaysia. It likewise very costly for a little part, yet despite the fact that it is little, it actually gives an extraordinary effect on the PC and it will suit for Nawal. Next is CPU, Hyper 212 LED Cooler Master. Cooler Master is one of the greatest companies in the world that specialize in CPU cooler for computer components. The Hyper 212 LED cooling framework contains 4 direct contact heat pipes for constant contact between the CPU and the cooler and a 120 mm PWM fan with a particular cutting edge shape and red LED for a wide working range. The cooler can be constrained by variable framework or programming to accommodate Nawal's sound and execution need. The component of this cooler is 120 x 84 x 160 mm. This CPU cooler is accessible for buy at 178 ringgit Malaysia. This shows that the cost is somewhat reasonable for this part. The performance, however, is considerable superb despite the price. Moreover, the Hyper 212 LED cooler is much superior because it is a cooler, not a regular PC fan. Next is power supply, cost RM750X. The power supply that we choose is convenient for Nawal PC, which is the latest Corsair RM750X. Ahead of time, the RM750X power supply is furnished with dual screw for mounting the PC keys and a lot of unimportant plastic teeth for link association. The detached links are stuffed in one clear plastic sack. and the power supply is in the other. In any case, it is likewise enveloped in a wide limit for security during transport. The power supply arrangement follow the new period of course air item. For instance, the 4000 and 5000 series PC case or the A500 A cooler. Disregarding the way that course air communicates that these are moderate estimation, really smaller ATX power supplies are no longer than 140 mm. Whether or not the length of the power supply will be an issue for Nawal depend upon what kind of PC case you mean to use. Yet, the new RN750X is emphatically not a manager in this perspective. The expense of this part is 500 ringgit Malaysia, which is very exorbitant. Course, system memory, course dominator platinum RGB DDR4 DRAM 3000 MHz C15 memory kit. This automatic edge is RAM, PC place project in RAM, or the mechanized edge. Momentarily while Nawal is working with them so the processor can get to that information faster and even more easily. We pick Corsair Dominator Platinum RGB DDR4 DRAM 3000 MHz C50 memory kit for Nawal PC firmware memory. The clarification we pick this RAM above all else considering the way that this DDR4 memory speed is higher than DDR3. Besides, this will make the program that Nawal needs to open will run all the faster in around 10 to 15 seconds, especially when she utilizes Adobe Premiere or Adobe Director. This RAM is presently improved for top execution on the latest Intel and AMD DDR4 motherboard. Then this RAM requires no extra link or wires for an ideal and steady introduce. In addition, it gives the most vital sound quality to the best level of solidness and execution. The expense of one Causeway Dominator Platinum RGB DDR4 DRAM 3000 MHz C50 memory kit is 340 ringgit Malaysia 8 cents. Nawal just need to get one RAM so her PC could have 32 GB completely out of the RAM. Hard disk WG Black SN750 NVMe SSD. We pick SSD for Nawal PC considering the way that Nawal has an error that is related to programming. In this way, she really wants a speedier presentation to run all of the product and information. For instance, Adobe Premiere that sounds very weighty if you utilize a HDD. We pick SSD for Nawal PC inner drive and HDD for the outer circle so Nawal can convey the information wherever and essentially plug in any gadget that have USB and go, probably as additional stock pinning for her PC. We pick CRWD Black SN750 NVMe SSD considering the positive report and it snatched our eye while looking at the detail. The WD Black SN750 NVMe SSD convey high-level execution for gaming and equipment. Devotees who are wanting to manufacture or refresh their PC. Available in limit to 4 TB, the hard disk approach the very best performing drive accessible to help with giving gamers the upper hand. This demonstrates that this SSD will make it more straightforward for Nawal to do anything she needs without slacking. At last, the expense of this hard disk in Malaysia is 1,600 ringgit Malaysia. This SSD is very pricey regardless. Nawal better to take this one since it will make the term life of the PC is longer than various gadgets, so it is better for Nawal to spend on this equipment that she will constantly use without adding more costs for her PC by buying different kind of hardware to update her PC later on. Next, graphic card NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 family. This NVIDIA RTX 3080 convey a mind-blowing jump in execution and consistency, and consolidates radiation following NVIDIA execution helping AI, turbidity decline test, NVIDIA broadcast stream feature, and additional memory allowing it to perform well using popular standard application as well as gaming. The RTX video card is suitable to accelerate well-known applications like Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Premiere Pro, OBS, and ISHAH 3D delivering application. There are more than 70 sustained creation applications supporting RTX accelerate ray tracing. This is truly appropriate for the utilization of Nawal in light of the fact that Nawal moreover underlined the utilization of Adobe Premiere and enormous design for gaming. The expense of this graphic card in Malaysia is 2,880 ringgit Malaysia. DVD-ROM, 3D Blu-ray display back, and MDs. A DVD-ROM store around 4.38 GB of data, while a CD-ROM as a ROM store 650 MB of data. A DVD-ROM enduringly store data that can be changed, delete or written. A PC with a DVD-ROM or DVD-RAM drive is intended to peruse a DVD-ROM. We choose 3D Blu-ray display back and MDs as Nawal DVD-ROM. Sensible, the best component for this DVD-ROM is the silent play that decreases commotion from circuiting during film playback by seeing particular media and consequently changing the playback speed as demonstrated by its principle for ideal execution. Other than that, LG 3D Blue Beam Displayback and MD Similarity Optical Drive can examine and compose different shot of plates organization in one supportive pack. This gives the decision to pick the media generally suitable for each undertaking. The expense of this DVD-ROM is 399.90 ringgit Malaysia. These DVD-ROM are truly appropriate for Nawal who additionally need perfection while watching CDs or DVDs.
Assalamualaikum, my name is AKMAL binti LOKMAN, matrix number 2020874176. Now I'm going to continue with part D, software. The first software is the operating system, which is Windows 11. There is no cost needed for this software. It is released on 5 October 2021 with a free upgrade to its predecessor, Windows 10 on 2015. It has several features, include a redesigned start menu, the creation of a widgets panel on the taskbar, and the ability to create tile sets of windows that can be minimized and restored from the taskbar as a group. Windows 11 minimum system requirements are different from Windows 10. Nawal can check her computer compatibility with the new Windows 11 operating system through PC Health Check software. For Windows 11, Nawal will need a 64-bit processor and at least 2 processing cores with a clock speed of at least 1 GHz. Windows 11 now necessitates at least 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB of storage, up from the previous minimum of 32 GB. During the first use of Windows 11, Nawal must have an internet connection and a Microsoft account to finish the installation process. Continuing with the utility software, which is AVG TuneUp. The cost for this software is RM132.68 for one device per year. Windows-based AVG TuneUp is a utility software package that may be used to monitor and tune up a computer system and handle issues that arise. Using AVG PC TuneUp, Nawal can keep her PC in tip-top shape by performing regular maintenance, updating her software, and deleting programs she no longer needs. Nawal can also benefit from a free 30-day trial with no necessary credit card, a user-friendly interface, automatic registry cleaning, live optimization, and Super-B driver update software. Uninstallers and software updaters are also included in PC TuneUp, which can help Nawal eliminate unwanted apps like bloatware. Number 3. Programming software. Microsoft Visual Studio is free for all users of the community package. Microsoft Visual Studio is the creation of websites, web services, and mobile applications that may be accomplished with the assistance of a highly effective program. It is compatible with both Windows and Mac with 13 different languages. Nawal may use more than 20,000 extensions, full-stack web development, outstanding connections with Azure DevOps, a large community, and regular updates to the tool. Nawal can speed up their development thanks to the hot reload option. When a change is made in the code, it takes less time to compile and deploy the program. Nawal can use Visual Studio's find-in files features to locate certain files in a project. It is 3 times faster than the previous version of Visual Studio. Next, the Authority software, which is Case Desktop Authority. This software is free for a limited time, which is 30 days. Case Desktop Authority is a centralized, secure, and consistent management tool for Nawal to quickly and easily configure, manage, secure, and support each unique user's workspace through a single console. Windows Environment Management helps to manage Nawal's Windows environment by deploying software and service packs, managing power schemes and activity settings, and tracking computer hardware and software. Nawal can benefit from having a secure and consistent environment anywhere with any type of desktop she uses, either physical, virtual, or even a machine connected to the internet. Nawal can configure settings without needing login scripts or PowerShell. It allows Nawal to customize her computers as she sees fit without granting her local administrator privilege. Now I'm going to continue with Part E, input devices. The first input devices is mouse, which is the Logitech MS Master 3 Advanced wireless mouse. The cost for this mouse is RM449. It is an upgraded technology that allows Nawal to use the mouse with minimal effort. An electromagnetic scroll wheel allows for precise or freewheeling movement, making this mouse extremely comfortable to use. There are 7 buttons on this mouse, which is for the left or right clicks, back or forward, app switch, wheel mode shift, and the middle click. It also includes an auto shift scroll wheel, a thumb wheel, and a gesture button. The MS Master 3 uses a USB Type-C port for fast charging. 1 minute of quick charge is available for up to 3 hours of use. 10 meters of wireless range can be achieved through Bluetooth or a 2.4 GHz unifying adapter that is compatible with Windows, Mac OS, Linux, and Chrome OS operating system. Continuing with keyboard, which is the Logitech K375S multi-device. The cost for this device is RM109. It is a standard full-size desktop keyboard. Nawal can have more freedom of movement than a wire keyboard with a 10-meter wireless range. The keyboard includes a built-in rubber stand for a tablet or smartphone. Logitech's unifying protocol with 2.4 GHz is used for the connection. This device is not rechargeable and has a 24 months battery life with a 1-year limited hardware warranty. Nawal can get 3 options to use this keyboard, which are Mac OS, Windows, and Logitech Flow. The external keyboard that is capable for computers, phones, and tablets is available for Windows, Android, Mac OS, iOS, and Chrome OS XP. Nawal can switch between messages on her phone or tablet by pressing a single button on the Logitech K375S keyboard. Number 3, scanner, which is the HP Intent Wireless 415 printer. The cost for this printer is RM659, and it is an all-in-one printer that can print, scan, and copy. Nawal may connect to the printer through USB, Wi-Fi, and a mobile device with wireless connectivity. The features of this printer include a full complement of in-buttons that is located right out of the box of the printer. At a lowest cost per page, the printer can print up to 8,000 pages in color or 6,000 pages in black color. The ink levels may be restored using resealable bottles and the spill-free refill mechanism. The first black A4 page may be ready in 14 seconds, while the first color A4 page is ready in 18 seconds. Nawal may receive a 1-year limited warranty and also 1-year extended warranty if she registers for an HP account. The printer has 2 ports, which are a USB Type-A port and a USB Type-B port. Nawal can experience the printer quietness through its connectivity, quality, and speed. Continuing with number 4, which is the gamepad. PDP Gaming Wire Control is a game controller for Windows 10 PCs, Xbox Series X, and Xbox One. The cost for this device is about RM154.43. It is possible for Nawal to remap buttons, reconfigure triggers, and alter dead zone using the free PDP Control Hub app. The D-Audio Pads control allow for on-the-fly volume adjustments. This can help Nawal to maintain her focus on the game while effortlessly adjusting the game's loudness and conversation balance using the function button on the controller. Nawal can also share her collected pictures and videos and receive a 2-year warranty. With this controller, Nawal can play wire via the USB-A connector at a distance of 2.5 meters on her Xbox or PC. Next, the external hard disk, which is the WD My Passport for 5 TB. The cost for this device is about RM485.44. It is a super big choice to backup important data daily or store an extensive collection of images and videos through its excellent performance, hardware encryption, and handy features. It also comes with a 3-year limited guarantee. The features of this device is a USB 3.2 Gen 1 port that is provided and located near the logo on the short side of the top edge of the casing with smooth edge. The pros of this external hard disk are it has a small and light interface, has AES-256 hardware encryption with a password, and has the ability to backup or restore as well as reformat and check the drive's health. Moving on with part F, output devices. Firstly is the monitor, which is the Samsung 32-inch Odyssey G7 gaming monitor. This device costs about RM2,420. It is an ideal for gaming and work-related tasks. Its 32-inch display and 1000 radius screen allow Nawal to launch numerous windows simultaneously without excessive scrolling. Nawal's screen can display up to 4 times as many frames per second as a conventional screen with the 240 Hz refresh rate. By using Samsung QLED, it can utilize quantum dots technology to produce more vibrant colors with 125% more color space than sRGB. This could deliver Nawal with the highest quality of color reproduction. The high dynamic range 600 provides excellent depth of the words that Nawal can choose to explore and exposes even the tiniest hidden elements. Next speaker, which is the Creative Pebble Plus that costs about 175 ringgit. This device is a USB connection and a sleek minimalistic design that keeps Nawal listening experience at its best. There is no logo on the sub, and it is merely a black keyboard that contrasts strikingly with the two spherical satellites on either side. A down-firing subwoofer and 45-degree angle far-field drivers are included in the system, resulting in crystal clear sound and powerful bass. The system is only compatible with Android devices and requires a USB power converter capable of 5V to A output. Nawal can receive a 1-year limited hardware warranty with this device. It has a SNR of 75 dB, a frequency response of 50 to 20,000 Hz, and an input impedance of 1 ohm. Nawal can also get advantages from this speaker, including a reasonable price, angle drives, and high quality audio performance. Finally, the last output devices is headphone, which is the Anker Soundcore Live Q30 Wireless. This device costs about 353 ringgit and 4 cents. It is an over-ear headphones with exceptional noise cancellation. This headphone has a battery life of over 44 hours with a 720 mAh battery capacity that requires 2 hours of charging time. The 40mm drivers of the Live Q30 enable Nawal to hear every nuance of her favorite songs using high-res music. It is compatible with Bluetooth 5 and has a 50-meter range, 2 microphones for calls, and a USB-C charging outlet. The highly flexible strip diaphragms offer boom, bass, and sharp treble up to 40 kHz. It gives pressure-free comfort with ultra-soft protein leather ear cups padded with memory foam to fit securely over Nawal's ears.
Assalamualaikum, my name is NARISYA for AISYAH MOHD ZAIDI. My student ID number is 2020815754. I will present price consideration. Okay, so the total of the cost for now, while IDEA computer is RM 70,469 and 59 cents. These are the cost consideration for Nawal during computer, since she wants to use it for her studies, programming software, large graphic for gaming, a good sound system for viewing movies on a CD, and a high storage capacity to save her files during her studies year. In our opinion, she has a 90% chance of purchasing our recommended specification, since in order to fulfill her perfect computer, we choose the creative components for her to satisfy her ideal type computer she wants. The other 10% she could not like our option is that it's solely based on pricing. This is because in order to fulfill her ideal computer, we choose the creative components, as she intends to use her PC for a variety of tasks. But if she prepared to pay those costs, she will gladly accept our recommendation, although it's a bit expensive, especially because we think she will be using it for more than 2 years.
Okay, next we move to the conclusion. Okay, in conclusion, Nawal will pick and acquire computer item for her own use by using the computer equipment that has been recommended to perform all her responsibilities that she needed. Nawal need high quality computer equipment. We also hope that our computer equipment recommendation that's help Nawal to choose quality computer equipment at a good price.